Wait. What the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar. And I got plastered.
Okay, Nicolas Cage in the first ever live-action Spider-Man show in nearly 50 years, where you can choose to watch in authentic black and white or true full color. We also have Anya Taylor-Joy leading a high-stakes thriller, Brad Pitt returning to the big screen in a David Fincher-directed sequel, a horror movie so wild the marketing team warns you not to watch it with headphones, and Cillian Murphy's The Immortal Man final trailer just dropped, and it looks... Let's start with Brad Pitt and his return in The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Now, before we move forward, I know the trailer footage looks very dark and grainy, and this is by design. It's David Fincher and Quentin Tarantino, two of the biggest titans in cinema, giving us their raw, unfiltered vision of the 70s. We also have this weird meta joke where every cigarette, beer, and swear word is visually scratched off the screen as a middle finger to TV censorship. Brad Pitt already won an Oscar with this role, and considering this has a $200 million budget, making it the biggest project Tarantino has ever been part of, I can definitely see why fans are so hyped.
I don't possess many talents, but I know better than getting away with a good story.
On July 15th, Apple's streaming queen Anya Taylor-Joy stars in Lucky, a 7-episode limited series based on the New York Times bestseller by Marissa Stapley. You can tell Apple is banking on her to own this summer with a high-budget, high-energy project. Fans are already drawing comparisons to The Queen's Gambit, but in a different font. It's like if Beth Harmon traded the chessboard for Las Vegas casinos and a Glock. An interesting horror movie caught my eye this week called Undertone. Not only did it win the Audience Award at the Fantasia Film Festival, but it's officially rated R for disturbing images and sonic terror, something I haven't really seen before. Digging deeper, the marketing team for the film is specifically warning audiences that watching with headphones might cause genuine distress, as the sound design is engineered to make you feel like the noises are happening in the room right with you. Outlets like Collider are already praising it as the best horror experience you will ever hear. What makes it even creepier is that director Ian Tucson shot the entire movie in his own childhood home in Toronto, the same house where his parents passed away. He used that real-life grief and the uncanny familiarity of the house to fuel what might be the absolute nightmare of 2026.
You're gonna love this. I got something juicy.
Ooh, do tell.
10 mysterious audio recordings from an anonymous email. Let's keep an open mind, Evie.
Let me guess, it's a demonic possession.
Star Wars fans are happy to hear that on May 22nd, The Mandalorian and Grogu will finally be on the big screen. The latest trailer is already hinting that Grogu won't just be a child to protect anymore. He's becoming an actual badass fighter after he finds an ancient artifact that seems to level up his powers. We also have a legendary cameo to look forward to. Martin Scorsese is voicing an Ardennian shopkeeper named Hugo.
I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
As for Pedro Pascal, he's back as Din Djarin, but no longer a bounty hunter for hire. He's now officially working for the good guys in the New Republic. He and his adopted son are sent on a mission to hunt down the last remaining Imperial warlords hiding in the shadows of the galaxy, and fans are happy to see him unmasked significantly more than he was in the series. But not everything is perfect. From what I've seen, some fans are a little upset because they were hoping for a grittier world that stays true to those original high-stakes space western roots. But nevertheless, my expectations are very high for this one.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run?
Horror fans are happy to see Georgina Campbell returning to the big screen on February 20th with Psycho Killer. This horror thriller stars Campbell as a highway patrol officer on a vengeful hunt after her husband is killed by the satanic slasher, a nameless, masked murderer who believes his crimes will guarantee him a triumphant entry into hell. It's easy to see why fans are calling this one of the best horror prospects of 2026. Not only did Campbell have a massive breakthrough in Barbarian, but this film shares the same producers and was written by the creator of Seven. With that kind of pedigree, Psycho Killer is looking like a major contender for this year's hidden horror gem. Coming from the director of Evil Dead Rise on April 17th, we have Lee Cronin's The Mummy. This is looking like a full-blown, gore-heavy nightmare starring Jack Rayner and his wife, played by Leia Costa. They play a couple who tragically lose their young daughter Katie in the desert. But here's the twist. After 8 long years, she miraculously returns home. Now, you'd think that's a happy ending, right? The reunion quickly turns into a total horror show when it's revealed that Katie was actually found alive inside an ancient sarcophagus. It turns out she isn't just back, she's carrying the spirit of a mummified entity inside her. Director Lee Cronin has described the film as 1 part poltergeist and 1 part Seven, so definitely expect this to lead to a more supernatural possession tale, rather than your traditional action-heavy mummy movie.
It's very important you fully prepare yourself for what you're about to see.
Hey, Butterfly. It's Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we are here.
On March 11th, Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis not only star but are also executive producers in Scarpetta, a TV series adaptation of the legendary Kay Scarpetta novels, which have sold over 120 million copies. We jump between two eras, following Kay as an ambitious medical examiner in the late 90s and her return to her hometown in the present day to investigate a brutal serial killer case that mirrors the very one that made her famous 28 years ago. It's a story that forces her to face the shadows of her past while using hyper-realistic forensic science. This project finally broke the unadaptable curse that defeated Demi Moore in 1992 and Angelina Jolie in 2009. Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Kay's unstable sister Dorothy, sent a clear warning to fans in an interview saying, "There will be blood," hinting that this isn't some polite, clean network procedural like CSI. It's going to be a graphic, R-rated forensic nightmare focusing on the visceral, terrifying reality of the morgue.
It's just not like you.
What happened with that case that made you so afraid for it to come back into question?
On March 5th, we have Netflix's big swing at the comedic psychological drama genre with Academy Award winner Rachel Weisz, starring in Vladimir, a TV series adaptation of the acclaimed Julia May Jonas novel that won Best Book of the Year in 2022. Rachel plays an English professor whose life falls into chaos when her husband, a charismatic fellow professor played by John Slattery, is accused of sexual indiscretions by former students. Despite their long-standing open relationship, the scandal leaves her feeling invisible and adrift until a magnetic new faculty member named Vladimir joins the college. And from here, you know where this is going. She quickly falls into a dangerous obsession with him. It gives that 50 Shades of Grey vibe, but with a lead role that keeps breaking the fourth wall. Something I never really liked.
Classic.
But I can see why fans have high expectations. Rachel Weisz taking such an unhinged role promises a performance that's both terrifying and deeply human, with a hint of stylish humor. It might be the perfect binge watch.
Hey, excuse me. Take mine.
Have you met Vladimir Vladinsky?
A twist.
Action fans are getting a different side of Scott Adkins on February 7th with Reckless. Adkins steps away from his usual super soldier persona to play Devon, an unlucky convict fresh out of prison who just wants his cut of an old heist. It's great to see him trade his stoic roles for a British action comedy vibe, especially since he's squaring off against the legendary Vinnie Jones. Adkins specifically requested fierce action design to ensure his signature high-kicking martial arts stayed front and center despite being a comedy.
Right, get back! Now drop the guns! Put the guns down now! I'm unarmed. Just go with it, be alright. Just go with it. 1, 2. Oh, bollocks.
On March 20th, Cillian Murphy returns to Netflix with The Immortal Man. The final full trailer has just been released and it's looking amazing. We see his return after a self-imposed exile of 6 years where he's been living in a country house, medicating and ignoring his family. That peace is shattered when he learns his illegitimate son, Duke, has taken over the Peaky Blinders and is running the gang with a level of ruthlessness that's actually threatening the family legacy. We have an amazing cast here with Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Roth, Sophie Rundle, Emmy Award winner Stephen Graham, and BAFTA winner Barry Keoghan playing his son. Fans are obviously losing their minds, and I don't disagree with them this time. It's probably going to be one of the best movies of 2026.
Everybody stay calm, because this man, ladies and gentlemen, is Tommy Shelby.
Who the fuck is Tommy Shelby?
Perhaps someone should explain to him who I am.
On the prestigious #1 spot, we have arguably the most unique project Marvel has ever done, Spider-Noir. This stars Nicolas Cage, not as Peter Parker, but as Ben Reilly, an aging, down-on-his-luck private investigator in 1933 New York. He used to be the city's only superhero, known simply as the Spider, but he walked away years ago after a deeply personal tragedy. However, a new case involving the mysterious death of Edward Addison and a series of high-level assassination attempts force him back into the mask. Fans are excited to see Spider-Noir as a hard-boiled detective story first, and a superhero story second, a show that is much grittier, more violent, and mature, especially since using the Ben Reilly name allows them to bypass Marvel's strict rules for how Peter Parker is allowed to be portrayed.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
So, final thoughts. I really hope everyone had a solid week, and if I helped you find something new to watch, then definitely hit that like button, or just tell me what's on your radar for 2026.